What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the Playmaker Journey, episode 16 today. If you're new around here, remember to check the subscribe button and join our Discord, because if you had joined the Discord, you would know that there are going to be a few changes in the way that I post these episodes. The main one being that instead of being every Saturday, I'm gonna be doing one episode every 2 weeks, because unfortunately I'm not finding the time to edit these videos as I would like, and I don't like to rush things, so they're going to be 2 weeks apart. What does this affect the series itself? Basically, every episode will have double the budget, so at the end it's basically the same thing. So starting today, we have a budget of normally 60, but if we win the challenge, which we did last week, we have 70 to spend. But I'm not going to not post anything next Saturday. I have another series that I'm working on, and first episode is going live next Saturday, but I won't spoil much. All I can say that involves the legendary hero decks. That's what I had to say. Thank you so much for the support to this moment. We're in our way for the 1000 subscribers, so remember once again to hit that button. And now let's crack some packs and upgrade our deck. Into the Vrains! Well guys, I hope I should have explained in the intro what's happening. So today, because of the new structure, we have 1 and 2 Megatins again. You know what we're looking for? We're looking for mining and Avermax. So as you can see on the screen, the tins costed me 25 euros each, which gives 50 bucks. So to round it up, we have still 20 to spend, and because the 2019 is kind of expensive because of the promos that they have, what I did, as you can see on the screen, is I bought loot packs from the same guy as I got the tins, and they were 5 each. So we're gonna open 4 to round up our budget of the episode. Isn't that cool? So you guys know all that we are looking for. Let's not waste any time. Salamangreat Pero, Trickster Fusion, Salamangreat Fennec, Dino Wrestler Cole something, Dino Wrestler. My second Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf. Okay, I only need a third one now. Our first super is a Dances with the Beasts, and our second super is definitely not a fusion. I mean a spell. So it's a no-no. Our first ultra rare is a Infinitrack Goliev, and our second ultra rare is a Marince's Marble Rock. Our secret rare is a Gallant Granite. And our rare is a Marince's Crystal Heart, Berserker, Dino Wrestler Tanny, Barilus, Crusher. I'm gonna do one full tin, and then I'm gonna start doing 1 and 1. Our second tin we have You're in Danger, Dino Wrestler Giga something. Giga, yeah, something. Tyrant Dino Fusion, okay. Salamangreat Recurrence, Rocket Synchron, our Synchrons get stronger, Hita the Fire Charmer, and our first super is a Unchained Soul of Disaster. It's a spell, please be it. Of course, it's not. Wailing of the Unchained Souls. Okay, Witchcrafter Holiday, and the Storm Dragon Return, Draco Masters of the Tanny. We can't get lucky. I really don't understand why we can't get one Cynet Mining. I'm gonna open one 2019. Maybe we can get an Iblee. So, Revendred Evolution, Crusadia Vanguard, World Legacy Corruption, Goki Heal Ogre, World Legacy Awakens, Waking the Dragon. Oh, dude, I remember the guy using this to bring Dragoon. Celestial Observatory, Crusadia Arborea, and okay, it's a Danger Nessie, not the Ultra we wanted, and a Danger Response Team. Very interesting. Hornet Drones, Duplexer Chimera, World Legacy Whirlwind, Jack Jaguar, Always Dino Wrestler card. Okay, so last pack of the 2020 Mega Tin, of the first 2020 Mega Tin, because guys, we're literally in Cynet Mining hunt now. It's like, that's what we need. So we have a Teni Adhara, Rambrachio Cataclysm, oh, the World of Warcraft expansion, Pegasus, Neon Flame Veil Lady, Extra Hero Cross Crusader Hyakorion. Our first super is a spell, not the one that we want. Evil Eye Repose. Okay, it's a spell. Please, 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 please. Gladiator Rejection. Can we get a Dragoon? Witchcrafter, Golem Aruru, and of course we cannot get a Dragoon, we can get a Cherubini, Abel Angel of the Burning Abyss. Okay. And a Draco Berserker of the Teni. This tin was actually bad, so not much we could use on that one. So now we go like this. 2019 first, so we can end in a 2020 pack. Let's go. Cyberse Cyclone. Target one link monster. Okay. Goki Face Turn. World Legacy Awakens. Transfamiliar. World Legacy. Another Waking the Dragon. Okay. If we get 3, we can play the one Dragoon we do not have. Center Frog. Crusadia Draco. Come on. Effect monster. No, it's a Link monster. It's a Reprodocus. I've never seen this before in my life. And a Thunder Dragon Roar. Our first Thunder... Oh no, we got the duel last time, I believe. So Gravekeeper Headman, Crusadia Sparta, Giant Ballpark, Eternal Galaxy, Vampire's Domain, and Agave Dragon. We have a Trickster Fusion, Solomon Great Fennec, Dino Wrestler. Oh my god, the third Sunlight Wolf! Okay, after all those tins, I finally got 3 of the common that I wanted. We're in danger. Never a good sign. We're in danger of not pulling the spell we want. Witchcrafter Creation, and... okay, it's a spell. Dude, please. Please. Be what I want you to be. You're gonna be the last card that I'm gonna see, okay? So we have an Outrigger extension and a ultra rare spell, Successor Soul. And a secret rare Neos Fusion. I think this is my second Neos Fusion. That's cool. Crusadia Testament, Venryu, Fists, Infinitrack, Gladiator, Salmon Great, Marincess. Okay. Dude, please, please, please. Oh my god! Dude, oh my Jesus, finally! The first Cynet Mining, oh my god! I've been looking for you for so long. I thought this opening was going to be all done, but oh my Jesus, we got the first Cynet Mining, guys. Okay. Now we're going places. Oh my god. Woo! Okay, we got the Cynet Mining. Oh my god, this pack feels very weird. I'll give you that. So we have a Restoration, Vendread Anima, Monster Reborn, Crusadia Power, Goki Face Turn, the Deep Grave, Noble Knight, Incantation, and the ultra rare is a effect monster. Could it be our Nightmare Incarnate? No, it's a Danger Dogman. Okay. And a Sky Striker Ace Kagari as our secret rare. 2020 again. We already got one mining out of this Megatin, so I think it's very unlikely that we can get another one, but Let's try. Dino Wrestler, Dino Wrestler. All the packs start with like 2 Dino Wrestler, guys. This is very weird. World Legacy Guard Dragon Mandrake, Hype Psychic Riser, Valkyria, Salomon Great. Of course it's a spell, and it's not the second mining. Okay, Pendulum Halt, Ostragulls, Storm Dragon's Return, and the Effect Monster. I would really like to get a Dragoon out of here, to be honest. That would be amazing. And a secret spell, Magicalized Fusion. Okay. It's another way to make a Dragoon, if we had one. Yes, I know that playing Dragoon doesn't go with our deck and might be a not cool move. We have damaged cards. Look at that. Damage pack, damaged cards, huh? All of them? No, just one. Okay, it's a Salmon Great Sanctuary. Not that we don't have lots of those in our structure deck. So go key. Oh, Reverend Revolution. Backup Operator. I'm gonna read that one. Trickster Mandrake. Restoration of the Monarchs. Vendred Anima. Okay. World Legacy. World Crown. Please. Iblee. Please, please, please. Don't be a Thunder Dragon. Be an Iblee. Be an Iblee. Another Danger Dogman. Dude. Come on. Sky Striker Shizuku. So we got a lot of Sky Striker cards. No raise though. Okay. So we did get one mining. We have now our last pack of the day. Last 2020 Mega 10 to open. Let's see how this one goes. So we have a Time Thief, Time Hack. Chaos Betrayer. Valkyrie Chariot. Apple of Enlightenment. Okay, it should be the Forbidden Apple probably. Danny Spirit Mapuru. Tyrant Dino Fusion. Spell. Evil Eye, of course. Spell. You know what? Let's do it again. Let's see if it works. I doubt it. This is not a Dragoon, so bad sign anyway. Also not a Dragoon. Infinitrack. Train. I like trains. And a Xyz Time Thief Redoer. Okay. And a Time Thief Regulator. Okay. And our last spell card, because we know it's a spell. Could it be the second mining? I doubt it. Let's go. It's a Gladiator's Rejection. And I reject you. No, I'm not. I'm not that kind of person. We got ourselves one Cynet Mining. I'm really happy about this. I still need 2 more, but wow. 70 bucks, guys. This card just costed 70 euros. Let's go. Time to make the changes in our deck. And we're done. Time to play some games. Our first match of the episode is against Ragged Rock from the Discord. All the games are from the Discord, by the way. He is playing Earth Machines, so he starts with Machina Fortress and get into his Infinitrack River Stormer, links into a Infinitrack Goliath, links into another one, now goes into a Ancient Gear Ballista, which will add the Ancient Gear box. Goes now into a double-headed Unger Knuckle. I have no clue of this, but I did bought the Machina Madness structure deck a while ago, so at some point I'm going to check. He ends with a Machina Citadel. So we start by normal summoning Balancer Lord, and he activates Machina Overdrive, which will tribute his Citadel and get him a Machina Metal Cruncher. He then can add a card. We do pay our 1000 life, and we use the Balancer Lord and Microcoder from our hand to link Shokan Kodo Talker. This will trigger Microcoder, so we can make an add. We do add Cynet Code Deck because I was feeling like, okay, maybe I can clean everything. But then I summoned Lady Debug, in the wrong zone, which makes him able to use Torrential Tribute and will destroy everything, which is kind of a problem. So we do still get to add, but okay, we do have a Monster Reborn, so we can go into Transcode Talker. Transcode is going to trigger, we can get a Gachiri at Ignister and send a Dotscaper. Dotscaper comes back, we then summon the Gachiri, and now even if he uses Citadel, Gachiri is protecting our monsters. Transcode is going to activate its effect, we go into Shooting Code Talker, adding a Code Radiator, and he decides to scoop it up because he knows we can go into Access Code. For game 2, this time he makes we go first. We normal summon a Dotscaper and then use Cynet Mining to get ourselves a Microcoder. We then can Ring Shokan into Kodo Talker, and this will trigger both Dotscaper and Microcoder. And what we want to add is basically the Cynet conflict. Since we're going first, we go Transcode Talker. That's going to be answered by Infinite Impermanence, negating the effect. We could have gone into like Monster Reborn and getting Code Talker back and having the co-linked, but I thought no, I'm just going to save this as for next turn. We have the conflict, we can negate one thing at least. He draws into a Machina Fortress and activate Heavy Forward. Then he goes into his Harvester. We do negate that with conflict, but he can still discard the Citadel and go into his Machina Fortress plays and go into the Infinite Track plays, which will add him a Super X Bullet Train. It's like trains, Infinite Tracks, it's everything. So once again he goes into his Double-Headed Ungered Knuckle, goes into a Machina Citadel and Xyz Shokans into the Gustav Max. This do 2k damage to us. Then he can Xyz on top of that and go into the Juggernaut Liba. This can go to 6k attack, and that's basically what he's going to do. He goes to 6k and he attacks over our Transcode Talker. We take a bunch of damage, and then during our turn we draw into a Formed Skipper. So we normal summon Skipper, go into Talkback Lancer, Skipper triggers, we get Parallel Exceed, we then Monster Reborn our Transcode Talker and use its effect to get Code Talker back. Now we can Ring Shokan into X Kodo Talker, which will trigger Parallel Exceed. Parallel Exceed will get the second Parallel Exceed, and now we can go and do our Xyz Shokan for Firewall Xyzo Dragon. And then we can even Ring Shokan into Access Kodo Talker using Code Radiator from our hand, negating the effects of his Liba and using Access Integration to destroy it afterwards. Machina Citadel will trigger and he will use the effect, but only Transcode Talker doesn't have enough attack. And Access Code plus Firewall, it's a win, so he scoops it up. The second match is against Soli, also from the Discord, quick reminder. He's playing Blue Eyes White Dragon, so he starts with the White Stone of Legend, goes into a Linkuribo, sorry. He then goes into World Legacy Guard Dragon, gets his stone back, goes into a Guard Dragon LP. This will trigger the stone, not once per turn by the way, so he adds 2 Blue Eyes this turn. Now he can use World Legacy Guard Dragon to move the LP and activate her effect and get, of course, a Amorphage Goliath, which locks our deck. We do normal summon a Lady Debug, we add, because maybe we can draw to something, oh yeah, I took the Book of Moon out of the deck. So probably not. So he goes into a Dragon Shrine, sends the World Legacy the Guard Dragon itself. What's the name? War Chalice Guard Dragon, sorry. And since we both are locked from the extra deck, he can still like special summon from the deck, which is very feasible for Blue Eyes. We draw into a Code Generator and decide to scoop it up because there's no way we can continue to play. For game 2, we side in heavily in going first, so you can see here the Solemn Strike, and we have also the Call by the Grave. We go into Ring Shokaning Transkodo Talker and add the conflict, and when we try to use Transcode's effect, we get Veilered. I'm not going to use Called by the Grave now, I'm going to keep it for next turn, because he goes again into the White Stone of Legend, and we are going to Call by the Grave that one. So his turn is basically dead. He sets 2 spells that will not work on his favor, so we can start with Transcode's effect, get Kodo Talker back, and now we can go into Shooting Kodo Talker, and now we can go into Access Kodo Talker. Access Code will clear up the field, and we can go into the battle phase and GG. He does use the Link Kuriboh effect. We did negate it with Cold Radiator, but it was, I'm just gonna use the Solemn Strike just to be sure. So we take game 2, and now it's 1-1. We go for the tiebreaker. For the tiebreaker match game, he decides to go first. He starts with a Crusadia Draco, goes into a Crusadia Magias, uses War Legacy Guard Dragon to get his Draco back, triggering the effect of Crusadia Magias, which will add a Crusadia Reclusia to his hand. He then Link Shokens into his Guard Dragon LP again, and you can see what's coming right next. Another Amorphage Goliath. At this point I was like, okay, I think I have the solution. I do not. We draw into a Lady Debug, so I'm like, okay, we can still try to navigate this. We do have some outs for it on the deck. So we normal summon Lady Debug. We're going to add a Sea Archiver because we can maybe get to summon it some way. And we get rid of the LP. He draws into a Raigeki, decides to go straight to the battle phase and gets rid of our Lady Debug. We draw into an Infinite Impermanence. That is an out for the Amorphage Goliath. So we set it up. We set a Link Infra Flyer. I could have set the Sea Archiver actually, but I was like, okay. He draws into a Trade-In. Sadly, he doesn't have how to use it, so he attacks with Magias and passes. And boy oh boy, don't we draw into a Book of Moon. We Book of Moon the Goliath and just go for it. Time to Ring Shokan Kodotoka, triggering both Microcoder and Code Generator. We're going to add a Cynet Codec and dump a Dotscaper to our graveyard. Dotscaper will trigger, comes back to the field. Cynet Codec, before anything, Ring Shokan into Transcode Talker. Now, Transcode Talker can bring back the Code Talker. It will be negated by the Veiler. No problem. We have Cynet Optimization, so we can normal summon our Sea Archiver, negate its effect with the Gachiri Antagonistor, then Link Shokan into Update Jammer, and this will trigger the Sea Archiver to come back. Wasn't needed, but it's okay. And now we can Ring Shokan into Access Kodotoka that can attack 2 times thanks for Update Jammer. So we're going to use Access Integration to start clearing up the field. We start with Magias, then we can get rid of the Goliath. Battle phase, 2 attacks, gain. And for our final normal match of the episode, we go against Yuna playing Fog Control, Paleozoic Frogs. So we went into a normal summon of Cyberse Gadget, Link Shokan, Solomon Great Bay Links. This triggered Parallel Exceed from the deck. Parallel Exceed brings another Parallel Exceed. Then a Gizmek Uka was activated. Every time we normal or special summons a monster, we're going to take 300 damage. And you're going to see our life points going very low. So, Splash Mage, 300 damage. Gazelle, 300 damage. Spinny, 300 damage. Splash Mage Effect, another 300 damage. And it goes Transcode Otoka, 300 damage. Transcode's Effect, 300 damage. Xcode Otoka, 300 damage. Oh, we're taking a lot of damage. Firewall Dragon, 300 damage. Link Infra Flyer, 300 damage. And to finish it off, Shooting Code Otoka, 300 damage. We took 3000 damage in our turn because of the Gizmek Uka. It then goes into Swap Frog. Swap Frog uses its effect, sending a Dupe Frog and a Ronin Totem. Ronin Totem effect goes into a Totally Awesome, sets 2 and passes. At the end phase I used Firewall effect and I targeted the Totally Awesome. I should have just targeted like 2 cards in my graveyard, because now he can use the effect and I'll have to negate with Cynet Conflict, which is what I wanted to do anyway. So we only get Cyberse Gadget back. But we can normal summon our Lady Debug. He is going to use a Canadia, so it's going to set it. We can still add Microcoder though, but we take another 300 damage. So we go into Access Code using Firewall Dragon to make the Access Code Talker, which will make him his 6800 attack, which is the biggest Access Code I've done to this point. We cleared up the field with Access Integration and take the win of Game 1. For game 2, we're made to go second, and look at that hand. Solemn Judgment, Compulsory Crackdown. Lady Debug, Solemn Judgment. No, can't even do anything. We go 1 for 1, discarding a Diddy Crow, which gets us to a microcoder, and we can then go into Code Talker using microcoder and Code Radiator. The Code Talker will be met by a Crackdown, but we can still add a monster. So we go, okay, we are going to add another Lady Debug, if I'm not mistaken. We do draw into the Twin Twister, so it was good. I did choose to go into the Crackdown because I wanted to get Code Talker back, which wasn't exactly needed. Then normal summoning Cyberse Gadget, we can go into a Salmon Great Balinx and get ourselves a token. Then we can go Code Talker Inverted because we want to summon this Lady Debug from our hand, but Solemn Strike says no. Then we go Splash Mage can use its effect, and Compulsory says no. And then we just pass, and now we're on top deck wars. So he has 2 cards that do not much. We have a Lady Debug that basically makes our deck roll, but we go straight to the battle phase and attack because I had no more targets to go into a Ring Shoken. So it gets a Canadia, we draws into a Called by the Grave, we normal summon Code Generator, and it's like, it's 1 attack in game, use the Canadia, we just attack for game with Lady Debug. For the first time, Lady Debug wins in the game by attacking. And we finish the normal games with 3-0, and now it's time for the Vrains Challenge of the week. A quick reminder that for the Vrains Challenge, what we're doing now is using a Highlander version of our Cyberse deck, which means we can only use 1 copy of each card, which resembles more a anime character deck, because normally in the anime they only have 1 card of each. The difference on the deck this week, you can see the deck list on the description, but it was the Cynet Mining in place of, I think, the Prohibit Snake, if I'm not mistaken. And we're playing against Stream Mentioned By, and he's playing Shadows, and you can see our mortal enemy on his hand, Nibiru. He is going first. He starts with Mathematician, use the effect. We are going to Valor it. We did get the Valor on the opening hand, so this was actually very good. We draw into a Cynet Code Deck and a Cynet Optimization. We start by using Cynet Optimization to extra normal summon Sea Archiver. We go into Code Talker. This will trigger Cynet Code Deck. Cynet Code Deck will be met by an Ash, and we cannot do anything else. He normal summons a Shadow Dragon and uses to destroy Code Talker, and also Mathematician attacks directly. We draw into a Balancer Lord, and I decide not to play, because if I played here, I wouldn't have a follow-up and it can be easily destroyed by Shadow Dragon. So I was like, it is what it is. He just go attack, he decides not to set his Wendy or Hedgehog, and we do get the Monster Reborn. So we do Monster Reborn our Code Talker, and we have Balancer Lord. We activate Balancer Lord effect just to be safe. We then have Code Talker, and the Cynet Code Deck will be ashed again. The good thing is we do have a Cynet Conflict, so I'm not afraid of the Nibiru, and when he does try to use the Nibiru, we use the Conflict, and now shooting code with Cynet Code Deck equals Code Radiator. Code Radiator is summoned by the effect of Balancer Lord, and we are going to negate the effects and make both monsters 0 attack. So I don't even need to use the Access Integration, and we can attack for game if he doesn't have any other type of interruptions, which in this case he didn't. So we end up taking the challenge as well. And we finish the episode with a 3-0 record and a challenge win. And this is going to wrap her up for the episode. Once again, guys, a quick reminder that the series is now bi-weekly. So next week we have an episode of another series that I'm working on and that I kind of need to rush to finish it up. But once again, thank you so much for the support. Remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment on the video. Remember to join the Discord so you might be in matches for the next episode. And that's it. Thank you all, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Logging out.